Hey, what's up, Flock? This is Robert Dabney Jr. coming at you one more time for another episode of Flock of Kings. And once again, we have a young black male who's an entrepreneur who's doing everything they said we couldn't do over in North Carolina. And we're going to introduce him to you today. So, Derrick, if you wouldn't mind, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Derrick Mayo. I'm from a small town called Shelby, North Carolina. It's not too far from Charlotte. I grew up as an athlete, thinking that, of course, I wanted to fulfill my dream, wanted to play in the NBA. But of course, reality, as I started living life, reality came in, and that was not my goal. And of course, working 9 to 5, trying to do the same thing the average human being would do, was just work their way through life. But as I've been working, I understood that the jobs I was working wasn't what I really wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
It put a roof on my head and kept food in my mouth, but I could help my mom as far as with bills and everything, but it wasn't what I really had a passion for. So one day I remember I was at work, and my boss, he was a little more, abuse of power, like to, talk down on you a little bit. And so one day he just kept coming down, and I'm like, no, this ain't what I want to do with my life. So I was like, one day I went home, and I was introduced to a documentary called Hidden Colors.
Okay.
And so as I'm watching it with my friend and everything, he really educated me on it. And like, I'm watching it and I'm getting, I'm getting real, I'm interested. I'm like, wow, I'm learning a lot of things that I ain't never knew about Black culture.
Okay.
And so as we started watching it, I was getting more in sync with it. Like, okay, we're gonna watch that DVD, so let's watch the next one. And the more we kept watching it, like I started like gravitating towards it. So I was like, man, how's a way I can educate my people on this? Like, I felt like a brand new person after learning so much about my culture, so many different achievements that we've done and have conquered that we don't get credit for because it's not taught in the regular school system. Mm-hmm. If you don't know someone that already had that education of that type of history of Black culture in depth, you're not going to learn it unless you go research it yourself. And you got to really know certain materials to go look for to find certain answers. And as I was watching that, it just made me hungry to learn more about Black culture. And so I was like, how about I express Black culture through fashion? And that's what hit me. And I started my own clothing line. And so ever since then, I just progressed with it, and I've been taking off since then.
Man, that's what's up. Yes, what's up. And we want to get to that clothing line. I love the fact something very similar happened to me. And you said the name of the documentary was Hidden Colors. So I want to make sure that it's highlighted. I want to, whenever I find a link to it, I want to make sure that it goes with this video, because if it's impacted you that much, I want to make sure it impacts everyone, man.
Yes.
So I had a similar experience reading the book on the destruction of Black civilization, man. And in reading that book, I found out about so many things that happened way before America was even called America. And those stories that I read and I learned about kind of gave me a different foundation. Like, I'm starting. I ain't started from the slave ship. I started over there where there was like some warrior kings. It was something real, man. And it's like, this is in me. This is in my DNA. This is why I can't continue to go working for somebody who don't respect me as a person, who don't respect my culture. And so it's like, I got to do something for myself, and I got to like let other people know that they can do it too. And so that's why we're here today at Flock of Kings. So I appreciate that. And before we get into your business, though, if you could please just give us a little bit of your foundation, like where were you raised? I know you mentioned your city. Were you raised with your grandparents, your parents? How many siblings? Just to know a little bit about who the person is we're talking to.
Okay, yeah, I was raised in a single parent household. I was raised by my mom. I have a twin brother. We're fraternal twins. Like, my brother's actually 6'5". He's like 2 of me. I'm 5'10". So that's a big difference in that. Yeah, I come from a country town. Not too much to do around there. There's a lot of gang violence, a lot of drugs, and a lot of the wrong material all the right ingredients you need to not succeed in life. And so that's what I had the attitude, like, this is not where I want to be all my life. There's more to it than all this. So I wanted to show my people where I come from, my community, that if I can do it, y'all can do it. So it's all about the mentality. I'm trying to just increase the mentality of my people, like in our youth, and letting them know that, man, you ain't got to be small-minded thinking that if you just working a 9 to 5 to find the best job, high paying salary, and you living good. Now you can create your own business. You can create your own financial stability. You can create your own sense of like empowerment. Like, it's all about yourself and your ambition. If you can really do that and put all the negative stuff to the side and really focus on yourself and figure out what it is what you want to do, make a plan for yourself and follow through. As long as you have a strong support system, you can do anything. And even if you don't have a support system, had a self-ambition to actually take on that challenge and show people that you can do it on your own. And that's the type of mentality I took on with it.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. You said so much right there, and somebody's gonna really be impacted by that because there was so much truth in it. I know it hit somebody in the heart the same way it hit me, man. So thank you. What about like growing up? Was there any heroes? Was there any superstars? I know you said you wanted to be an athlete. Was there any athletes? Anybody you looked up to that kind of inspired you?
To be honest, like even though we was twins, I would say, like because me and my brother were basketball players. My brother, he took off a lot further than I did. So even us growing up in high school, like we both had schools looking at us, but the fact that he had bigger schools, I would get more excited to see all the colleges come and see him. Like I read his college before he would. And so we always was each other's support system. But my mom was probably like my biggest hero to watch her every day get up to go to work to a job that she don't like, would grind for her kids to give us different opportunities to do different things. Like, and with her, you know, risking her body, sacrificing her body to work these long hours and provide, like, that was my hero. That was my hero. And I always think on the mindset, like, I want to make sure she's set and she's good. So once I can actually take care of her for good and that she don't got to, you know, wear and tear on her body no more, then I can say I'm succeeding. But once I really can put my people on and create jobs for them to grow as well, then I can really say I'm succeeding.
Yeah, that's key, man. That's key, making sure that other people are benefiting off of the things that we do. That's exactly what your mom did, and you taking that same love and spreading it to your community, and that's positive, man. So thank you for doing that, man. And growing up, was there any a particular career you had in mind?
Like at first, I always thought I was gonna do like mechanical engineer. I used to like coming out of school. I used to be more into like the power tools and stuff like that. I knew they made good money, but as I started like working in warehouse and everything, I was like, nah, this ain't the route that I want to go. It looked good, like from the pictures and everything, going to school. But as you get older, and you know, you take on life, it's not like arthritis. I start seeing like people I work with like over a long period of time, like how their body is just damaged. I'm like, nah, I can't do this. Like this ain't gonna be me. I can't tear my body up like this. Nah,
Exactly.
It's a better way. So I'm like, nah, I can create my own, you know, wealth to provide for my family.
Yeah. So if you wouldn't mind, then telling us a little bit about what you do today. I know you said you started a fashion line, a clothing line. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah. So watch Hidden Colors. I wanted to express Black culture through fashion. So I started my own clothing line called Blak Magik, which is, you know, ironic. I got the hoodie on right now.
Yeah, it's ironic.
And so what it is, the background you see is the African symbol for the Siamese crocodile, which is a two-headed crocodile, as you see right here. Both heads fight each other over food, not knowing if one head eats, both will be nourished because they share the same body. That right there made me think of the Black community. Like, we don't always want to see one another succeed over each other because we start hating on one another, not knowing we put our differences aside. We can build something great and have a legacy to live off of. So I was like, how about I express that through fashion? And that's the message I've been sending out. Like, and a lot of people been rocking with it. A lot of people have been loving what it is, and I've been getting nothing but love for it. So it's really been taking off.
That's what's up, man. I'm gonna make sure. If you can, send me a file of that two-headed crocodile so I can make sure it's clear on the scene for everyone to see when you're describing it, man. Because that's a powerful image, man. And that's the people we come from, man. We like one of the reasons we're so successful in the entertainment industry is because our people communicated through music, our people communicated through art, even clothing, you know. And so we're still doing it today. And so there's no reason we shouldn't be benefiting from this, especially, you know what I mean? Like corporate America is benefiting from it. Like we should be eating off of it more than anybody. But anyway, So how long ago was it that you started the business?
It's been literally a year since I started it. And it's crazy because we done progressed so much. And like we done done so much in just a year. Like, I can go back to the first fashion show that I did when I didn't even have like a full inventory. I just had a few shirts and people was rocking with it to me having actual inventory, your online website. Like, it's been crazy. We done did a lot, from photo shoots to vending, HBCU, you know, different events at colleges. like Battle of the Bands. It's been a lot that we done did in 1 year. So, you know, I've definitely been proud of not only me, but my team, because without their help, I wouldn't have been able to do as much as I have. So I'm definitely proud of the people that I work with, and it's been amazing.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. Sorry, my dog bumping the table here. His name Rocco.
No, you good. What's good, Rocco?
He want to play, man. And so you said it's been a year. You've been doing fashion shows. You've been doing Battle of the Bands. People are really falling in love with the brand.
Yeah.
How are you getting the word out there for people to know about your brand and what it stands for?
We do a lot of different things. Like, we done collaborated with students and modeling troops and different HBCUs, like Winston State. They done took pictures and, you know, shared it on their modeling troop. Got different people, like different students rocking with it. We went through a marketing team, like called the HBCU app. They got like 85K followers. They put our stuff on there. It gets it out to a lot of people. We also use, like, I DM 15 Instagram models. Like 10 of them hit me back. So I sent them inventory. They put on their stuff. It got us different type of followers and stuff. So we use a lot of different avenues of, you know, getting followers and everything to help build it and get our foundation going.
That's real cool, man. That's real cool. One day I'm gonna be an Instagram model too, so you might need to send me one, bro.
I don't say no more.
When you started this company, has it become already what you had in your mind? Is it still more like to go, or have you surpassed that and going way further than you ever thought you could?
It's crazy because, like, it's exactly what I pictured to be, but it's the way it's taking off. The success is definitely coming quicker than what I expected. Like, when I seen the vision, I knew it would take off. I knew I had something special, but when I had so many different people like supporting and different people contacting me to do this type of event, this like do like whatever type of function, like it makes me feel good. Like, people see what I'm doing, and look, one of the biggest things that happened I'll say before 2019 was that New Orleans Pelicans basketball coach, the head basketball coach.
Yeah.
He invested in the brand, spent $700 on the brand, bought his whole family different merchandise and everything. Dang. And he told me that I had something special and to keep doing what I'm doing because I'm doing it the right way. And like, just to hear somebody that stature tell me that, like, it let me know that I was onto something good. So
right,
it's been a great joyride.
Yeah, man, I saw it on your Instagram page. I think you took a picture with the coach, right? Yeah, that's real big, man. That's real big. That's real big. And so I know that before we get out, you're gonna make sure I have a link where people can check out your clothes, check out everything, and check it out for themselves. But I want to ask you now, like, what has been the most rewarding aspect of having your own business?
The most rewarding, I would say, is just coming up with a plan and watching it actually manifest to what you prepared it to do, like, well, to be. Like, a lot of people say, hey, I want to do this, and they see the vision, but you don't put forth the effort and you don't see it manifest. Like, you talk about it, but you don't do it. But the fact that I not only spoken into existence, I'm doing it and I'm watching it grow. It's like, that's probably the most rewarding. And just really just to see, like, not only me, but my team be a part of it and be able to grow with the process makes me feel good as well. So I would say that's the most rewarding part about it, is just watching the baby grow into what it's becoming. And it's not even at the peak of its limit. Like, the sky's the limit for it, honestly. Like, we still got a long ways to go.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I definitely hope that to see you on TV, I hope that your vision expands to like Damon John level. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know how fast. I read his story a few years ago. I don't know how fast he took off, but I know it took off. But it came after a lot of hustle. So is this something that you've been experiencing yourself? Like, even though people are like your clothes and everything, that you still got to put in a lot of work?
Yes. Most definitely. Every day you got to grind. Even when, like, you have a good day, you make like $700 to $300. Yeah, you in the moment, you live in that moment, but the next day is back to ground zero. Like, you start all over again. You know, you got to make money. It's all about supply and demand. If you're not giving the audience what you need, or if you can't show them your vision to get them to purchase your product, then you're not gonna succeed, or you're not gonna really prevail with it. So every day you gotta continue to get people's attention and grasp to their attention, let them know why they should buy your product, why they need to wear your product, like why your vision, you want to see your vision manifest. And it's the everyday grind. So that's probably that's the most challenging part, but it's also a fun aspect about it too.
Right. That's something I think that I really love about the entrepreneurial adventure, is because, like you said, it starts with a thought, a dream that you got yourself, and to see that thought and that dream come into reality is like, it's magical, man. But to keep that thing living, you got to put in the work, and that's when you realize. That's when I realized, I should say, that work can be like really rewarding, man. It's only when I go to a job I hate that it's hard. But when it's work that's benefited me or something that I want to do, I can work my butt off, man. And we see that with sports, with athletes, man. We'll work our butts off to be on the team. We'll do whatever we got to do because it's something we love. And that's why it's important that we find something we love. And when we do find that, we can create a whole business out of it, man. It'll change our lives.
Almost definitely.
I want all the kids to know that.
Same here. Here. It's all about the mentality. We can change mentality. We can change the world. So I'm a firm believer in that right there.
That's what's up, man. I want to ask, has there been anyone that's given you like just a solid piece of advice? Do you remember like this was the best advice you've ever received?
I would say my homegirl who actually helped me start my business. The first thing she told me, she was like, if you're going to do this, take it serious, because if not only you gonna waste your money, you're gonna waste your time and my time. And like she said, time is money. And it took me a little bit to understand what she meant by that until I started succeeding. If you're wasting time, you're not making no money. And so your time is really precious to you. And so when she told me that, I was like, okay. I was already disciplined. I was locked in. I was like, yeah, I want to make this work. And so I just keep that in my mind every day. And that's what really keeps me going.
This what's up, man. I appreciate it. What has there been a time when you've been discouraged? Like, because the info she gave you, it was on point, it was on target. She helped you to see before you even got to that point that you need to take this serious, because everything you're about to do, if you're not taking it serious, it's gonna fall off and you're gonna lose everything that you did. So what has there been a time where things became so bad or just looked so bleak that you thought about giving up? Or?
Man. It all hasn't been like just, smiles and everybody just happy, enjoy. Nah, we done had a hard share of bad days, whether we didn't get the shipment in on time or was working with the phrase "you get what you pay for," working with a certain employee or establishment who's cheap with their price and they do cheap work. That's what you get with your product, and so you can't sell that because of the quality ain't no good, because you try to go a cheaper route. So it was a lesson learned. You had to lose some money in order to understand how to be disciplined with your business and go about it the right way. And so, I am glad that I experienced some of the hard times. Even though I ain't like the amount of money that I lost with it, but I can say it taught me a lot. So now I know what avenue or which way to go about certain things or how to do about it. So it was a lesson learned.
That's what's up, man. You're not the only one. A lot of guys I speak to, man, it's like at some part in the journey, like especially when it deals with money, man, and you realize, like, it was a guy I was talking to not too long ago. He was talking about how bad he got scammed when he thought he was building something. It was nothing. So it happens. But if you wasn't serious before you went through that, you would have given it all up and you would never get to the point you're at today. And so that's why mindset, discipline was the word you used, man. Discipline is very important. And that's something I'm learning every day. So are there things that you do when you feel discouraged? Are there things that help pick you up or help you to get through those times?
I like to, as far as like extracurricular activities, I like to try to keep myself fit. Working out will take a lot off your mind. And I also, I like to go visit. I try to go visit some of my old clients. I used to work with mentally disabled adults. And when I go see some of them, it reminds me of how to appreciate life. Even when, sometimes you feel like you at the lowest of lows, it's someone else that's going through something worse than you.
Mm-hmm.
So when I reevaluate certain situations, it makes me humble, and I'll be like, okay, you know, everything isn't so bad, and I can actually get through certain situations. I'm actually blessed to get out of certain situations.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about as far as the next topic.
So I got 3 more questions, and I'm gonna let you go. How has being a Black man in America impacted your journey to entrepreneurship? Has there been any positives or negatives that you've experienced?
Oh yes, yes. Being a Black man in America, that's a unique one. Okay, you can hit that in so many different aspects.
Sure.
It's been moments when I can say I can be in a setting and it'll be, oh my goodness, you is a handsome Black man. Like
Yeah.
it makes me feel good about myself. Okay,
Yeah.
which I always love the melanin in my skin that I wear. So I wear my skin with pride and everything. So when you hear certain comment like that, you feeling good about yourself. But it's also when you go in certain settings and you can just feel the tension or the attitude and the characteristics and the personalities of the peers certain change.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to conduct a certain way just to even get your order in, or you gotta talk a certain way just for people won't feel threatened.
Yeah.
And so it makes you feel like, okay, you don't even know me, but you already judging me.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but at the same time, it's my character that makes me feel like, okay, even though you feel like that, people that know me know who I am. And
True.
so when I have other people of different nationalities, that's white, Black, Indian, Puerto Rican, that tells me, I like what you're doing. Like you doing something special. That makes me feel good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what's up, man. I appreciate that. If you could talk to your 16-year-old Derrick, is there anything in particular that you would have for him to say to him now that you are where you are?
Yeah, I would definitely tell the 16-year-olds to no dream is too big to achieve. Like if you really is disciplined and you're really focused, then you can succeed in anything. You can take on any task. So be smart too. Like you're gonna want to party, you're gonna want to have fun, but also realize the difference between what's fun and what's dangerous. Certain situations it's not worth it. If you're underage, don't be drinking and then get behind the wheel thinking you're gonna go home and you can possibly lose your life. Like we got to be able to be smarter than that. Or if you know it's a certain area where it's dangerous, don't be going over there thinking it's all cool. Like be smart and take advantage of your life because you only get one life. And so just be smart with your decisions.
Most definitely. And I'm a reader. I know everybody isn't a reader. So the way I want to ask the question is, are there any books, like at least one book that you would recommend that everybody who has a vision of wanting to become an entrepreneur read? And if not, is there anything else that you would say that they could look into that might inspire them?
Me, myself, I'm actually branching off into reading more books.
Yeah.
But one thing I can say is I would say if you're gonna branch off into entrepreneurship, do not take it lightly. If you're gonna do it, make sure you're focusing to handle the highs and lows. Don't just be when everything's going good. Oh, okay, but when stuff starts going bad, now you just want to quit. Nah, you gotta have that ambition to keep on going, even when times get hard. So if you got that type of mentality, by all means, go for it. If not, take the time to figure out what it is that you want to do with yourself that can make you happy and also provide a roof and food to take care of your well-being.
Yeah, most definitely. And I was on your website yesterday, and I told you I only had 3 more questions, but I just remembered that that it was something you wrote on your website that I want you to speak to just real quick. I want to read it because I want the people who might not have been to your website can at least know your heart, know where you're at. It says that in the very near future, Blak Magik will be doing much more outside of just clothing to promote unity and to influence children to not be afraid of setting high goals because they are capable of doing anything they set their minds to. They just need the right push, guidance, knowledge, and support. So could you speak to that a little bit?
Yes. My assistant, she is real high on us getting involved with the community and actually getting with our youth and doing things to actually impact with our youth. Like, it's more than just selling clothes and benefiting for that. Like, we want to do things as far as do a program where we get a group of kids, they put their minds together and try to build their own business. Like, whether it's like a little car wash, we'll go buy sponges, get water and stuff to do a small car wash. The proceeds go to them. Like, we want to do different things to actually, get them thinking differently. And we want to do like little food drives where we can cook for the hungry and have like bad lunches and a t-shirt, like a Blak Magik t-shirt for them to go on. Like, we got a lot of different things that we want to do. It ain't just about selling clothes, it's about actually having an impact to your community. So that's what that means.
Yeah. Impact. That's so important, man. And so before we get out, is there anything that I might have missed or anything you want to say to whoever's watching today?
No, only thing I got to say is check us out on our website on shopblackmagik.com and, definitely support the brand. Like, we love our Black kings and queens. We want everybody, when you wear our brand, make sure you're wearing it with pride, because we are kings and queens. And so that's what Blak Magik represents. So everybody support the brand and shop Blak Magik.
Most definitely, shopblackmagik.com, and I'll make sure it's included in the description for everybody to know. I know you're on Instagram. Are there any other social media platforms that you all are on?
No, it's mainly we also on Facebook actually, but Instagram is the most best way to get in touch with us and everything, and also you can get in touch with us throughout the website. So yeah, but definitely hit us up on Instagram because that's our number one outlook. But we also have a Facebook where we also check on, and it's easy to get in contact with us. We also got business cards too as well. So we got lots of types of communication.
Most definitely, King. Well, we wish you peace and prosperity, that your kingdom continues to grow, your impact continues to expand, and lives continue to change because of what you're doing. All right, man?
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Many blessings to you and your family.
All right, thank you.